Up until now, we've mostly been data between variables, taking them from user input or outputting to a display. Now we're going to take things to the next level and start working with files. To do this, we're going to use and assign clauses in the environment division, FD in the data division, and from the procedure division, open, close, read into, and write from statements. The environment and data division, where we describe our inputs and outputs, which will get used in the procedure division, because as we all know, that's where the action is. Let's take a look at that action in action. Here you can see the file control paragraph input-output section of the environment division. What we're doing here is associating each COBOL internal file name with an external dataset name. In this case, print line is the name of the internal file name, and PRTANE is the external dataset or file. So that's the select and assign clauses in the environment division. Further down in the data division, this is where we define level numbers, variable names, data types, and lengths. The FD reserve word is used to give the COBOL compiler more information about those internal file names. So print line, which is linked with the dataset file PRTLINE, has these fields, types, and lengths. And account rec, which is linked to ACCTRE, has these fields, types, and lengths. When your COBOL code is running on an IBM mainframe, it'll have access to both traditional ZOS datasets as well as. For right now, we're going to focus on the ZOS Special Data Storage method because it's extremely common and a good place to start when working with files in COBOL. A data is made up of records, and you can think of each record as a line within a data set with a defined length. So like anything written out row by row, you'll find the value you're looking for by scanning down to the right record and then across the field you want. If you take all these fields and add up their length, that makes up the entirety of the length of that record. It's kind of simple. The way data input, output, or I/O is handled is a program says, hey, I'd like to read this piece of data out here. And then the operating system or data I/O system goes and gets it and places it into memory where the program can go and read it. If a program is requesting lots and lots of reads one right after the other, that's a lot of I/O operations, which is somewhat inefficient and can lead to slow performance. It would be like going into a restaurant and ordering a soda, and then waiting until that's brought out and saying, you know what, I'd also like a hamburger. Then they bring that out and you say, fries too. And they bring that out and you say, ketchup. And then they throw you out of a restaurant because that's extremely inefficient and annoying. And we don't want to be inefficient or annoying. In COBOL programming, we have this concept of something called blocks. Because we know so much about the records, we can data as a block, where a block is a group of records. As long as the program is going to read one record, followed by the next, and so on, we can get the records we want in order into what's called a buffer. Take a look at this. You can see a block of records loaded into a buffer where the overall record length is the size of each field combined. Set that overall block size in the buffer with the block contains clause. Earlier, we used the assign clause to describe a dataset source file. We said select account rec with a dash in it, assign to account rec. If we're running this in ZOS using JCL, we need to have a JCD statement to link account rec to that actual data set. The JCL required for the COBOL compiler to make the connection to the actual data set looks something like this. / account rec dd dsn equals my data, comma disp equals shr. If you're unfamiliar with JCL, this is a data declaration statement. That's what the DD stands for. It says that for account rec, look here at my.data. The disp equals SHR just means it expects that the data set exists before we use it and that other people can use it at the same time. We don't require exclusive access. Now, I don't know about you, but I kind of want to see it all spelled out from end to end. So we'll start out with account rec. That's what we reference within our procedure division in the actual code. Account rec is what's defined in environment division's input-output section. /account rec, ACCTREC, 7 characters, then gets connected